In this lecture, you are going to learn how to create a chart like this, where we represent data elements with pictograms, changing position dynamically upon data change. Now let's get into it. Let's say we have statistical numbers about dogs and cats. We'd like to visualize that 51% of married people own a dog and 32% of the same group own a cat according to a research. Let me enter this data quickly. Let's create a simple bar chart. Make sure your active cell is inside your data. Go to Insert and choose this clustered bar chart. Let me move the chart here and take its size bigger by dragging this corner node. Now you could choose chart style here to make it more interesting. But this is something that anybody can do easily. Let's go a little bit further than that. The words dog and cat can be replaced by pictograms. The human brain can process symbols faster than words, so this would be a good decision from design point of view. Click on a cell somewhere here on the right side of the chart. We are going to insert the icons here. Let's go to the Insert ribbon. There is a new Insert Icon feature in Excel version 2019 and Office 365. If you don't have that, don't worry. I'll tell you what to do then in a minute. Click on Icons if you have this button. Scroll down a bit and choose these two. Hit Insert. These two icons have been placed on our worksheet. Now I click here and show you how you can insert pictures if you don't have this new Insert Icon feature. You can find two PNG files in Resources. Feel free to download them. I go to Insert again, but this time I click on Pictures and choose Insert Picture from this device. I select these two PNG files. I'm holding down Shift as I'm clicking, so I select both of them and hit Insert. You can drag and drop an icon or a picture on a worksheet like this. By the way, notice that we have a reverse order of pets on the chart compared to the table. We can change that by clicking on one of the pets, click on the Sort button and choose this option. Or we could sort by number on this column. Same result. I'd like to add this icon to the bar in a way that it moves with it dynamically. If the chart gets a different input data, the icon should follow. We are going to solve this soon, but first let me make some adjustments on the chart. I select this title element. I click on it again to edit. I don't hit enter when I finished because it would add a line break here. I click somewhere else. I click on the title again to select it. On the home ribbon, I can increase the font size and make it bold. Now I double click on one of these blue bars. The Format Data Series panel pops up on the right, or a dialog window with the same settings in older versions of Excel. By dragging this gap width slider, you can change the width of your bars. I'd like to have rounded edges, so I go to Fill Options. I expand this border group. I type in 20 here. Hit Enter. Let's hide these vertical grid lines. I click on this Chart Elements button and uncheck Grid Lines. Now I'd like to have a gray background bar here. I think the chart will look better. A chart consists of one or more data series. These two blue bars represent a data series. If you have them selected, you can see its definition here. It seems a bit complex for first glance, but it just refers to three areas in the table. We have a column label, two row labels, and the data. Anyway, to have gray bars behind the blue ones, we need a second data series. Now, because it will have constant 100% values, we don't need to create an extra column here. We just need to add a new data series in Chart Setup. I right-click somewhere on the chart and choose this Select Data item. The Select Data Source dialog window pops up. We are going to deal with this section. Here you can see our only data series at the moment. It refers to these data represented by these blue bars. Now with the Add button, we can create a second data series for the gray bars. I click on Add. An orange bar has appeared on the chart. I enter a name for this new series. Excel has put a default value here. 1 means basically 100%. This is good, but we need a second bar, so I enter another one here separated by a comma. These curly brackets represent an array, a series of data, just like these two cells here. I hit the Tab key, and you can see the second bar. Good. I hit OK. Here you can see our second data series we have just created. If you look at the chart closely, you can see that this second series overlaps the blue one. We like to have it in the background, so we need to change the order here on this list. I select this background gray series and click on this up arrow. And Excel flipped the order. Very good. I hit OK. Now let's add rounded borders to the background bars. I click on one of them. Make sure you see the selection nodes on both orange bars. You can double check the selection here. The whole background series is selected. Under Fill and Line, Border, I enter 20 in the Width field and I choose this 5% light gray tone here. I expand Fill and set the same color here as well. Now I go to the Series options and I pull the Series Overlap slider all the way to the right. Now I select this horizontal axis label and under Axis options I rewrite the auto value to 1. Actually, it hides the rounded edges, so let's try 1.1. This looks better. With this minus value, we can see the left rounded edges as well. That's fine. Let's log that minus value too. I need to enter a different value and type in minus 0.1 again to override the auto feature. Alright, now we can hide this horizontal axis. I click on Chart Elements, right arrow, uncheck Primary Horizontal. Now I right click on one of the blue bars and select Add Data Labels. Percent values appear. I click on one of them. If you have difficulties to select them, you can also choose data labels from this drop-down list. Let's go to Label Options, and under Label Position, choose Inside Base option. On the Home ribbon, I set its color to this 5% light gray. I make it bold. I increase its size and choose an arrow font type like this one. I think I set this font type for the title too. I click on this bar and once more. Notice that only this one is selected now. The other one is not. I go to Fill Options. I choose More Colors here. I click on the Standard tab. I set this light blue color. Hit OK. I need to set it for the border too. Fortunately, it's here under Recent Colors. I click on the other bar, make sure only this one is selected. I go to More Colors, Standard tab, and I choose this color for cats. I set the same color for the border. Now here comes the trick for the icons. We are going to add the third layer to our chart. It will be a different chart type, the scatter chart. You will see in a minute what a scatter chart is. It can display dots on X and Y positions. Well, at the end they will not be dots but icons, but we are starting with dots. So we need a new data series with XY coordinates. These XY coordinates will define the location of our icons. The X coordinate will be this % value. Let me create a column for this. I simply refer to the value in column B like this. I enter an equal sign to start a formula in this cell. I click on cell B2 and hit Ctrl Enter. Now I pull this corner node downwards to copy this formula here. Good. So we have the horizontal position of the dots. How do we get the vertical positions? Let's say that we split this area into two parts. 0 will be here at the bottom, 2 will be here at the top. Then the position will be 0.5 for cat and 1.5 for dog. You'll see this in a minute. Now right-click on the chart, select Data, Add New Data Series. Let's give a name, Icons. This default value is just fine for now. I hit OK. And we have a third data series. This will display the icons. I hit OK again. I select this new dark gray bar. Right-click on that and choose Change Series Chart Type. You can use different chart types inside a single chart. Here you can see our data series and their chart types. Now I change the chart type for the icon series to scatter. I hit OK. The dark gray bar has turned into a dot. That's okay. I want the dot to use these XY coordinates from the table. Right-click on the chart area, select Data, click on Icon Series, hit Edit. I click inside X Values field. I select this range by clicking on cell C2, hold down the left mouse button, drag the mouse down to cell C3 and release. I click on the Y values field, I delete its content, and I select this range in the table. I hit OK, and OK again. We have these two dots almost in position. We just need to fix the vertical axis scale. I click on it, I go to Axis Options, and type in 2 for maximum and 0 for minimum. And our dots are in position vertically. Now we can hide this secondary vertical axis. Soon we are going to replace these dots with these icons. But before we do that, we have to set the proper size and color for them. I put the dog icon here and set its size. Now with the dog icon selected, I go to Format. If you have icons in your Excel, then you see this ribbon. If you inserted pictures, I'll show you in a minute what to do, because you will see a different ribbon here. So for the icon, you can click on this graphic fill button to set the color. I choose this 5% light gray. For the cat, I use this inserted picture. I move it here. I set its size the same way. I go to Format, and under Color, I choose the lightest gray tone here. Unfortunately, these colors don't work. But we can go here on the Format Picture panel, expand Picture Corrections. I set brightness to 100%. And set the contrast to -57%. Actually, on this pink bar we need a lighter tone. So I go with -56%. I also change this label color to white. I click on it once and twice, so the other one is not selected, and I set white here. This is a good example that the same color, this light gray tone, can look different on different background. So you may need to correct that. Now I select the dog, right-click on that, and hit Cut. Now it's on the clipboard. Click on this dot. I zoom in to do this right. I click on once more to select only this one. The other one is not selected. Now I hit Ctrl V on the keyboard to paste the icon from the clipboard. I go back to 100% zoom level. We need to adjust the dog's X position, but that's not a problem because we have it in a separate column. I click on this cell C3 and in the formula bar I extract, let's say, 0.05 or 5% from the original value. I hit Ctrl Enter. It's not enough. Let's make it 0.07. Good. Now let's select the cat. I hit Ctrl X to cut it. I zoom in. I click on this dot twice, so the dog is not selected, and hit Ctrl V to paste the cat. I zoom back. We just need to copy this corrected formula for the cat. I grab this bottom right corner node and pull it upwards. And it's there. Maybe we need a different correction for the cat icon. Yes, 0.05 will be better. Now we can hide this left vertical axis. And we are done. I change the percent values in the table and the chart updates accordingly. We can also resize the chart if it's needed. I close this panel and delete these objects. Now if you want to, you can move these cells somewhere else and hide them. I select this range, hit Ctrl X to cut. I select this cell here, for example. I hit Ctrl V to paste. Before we hide these columns, we need to do one more thing. Right-click on the chart area, select Data. Here you can see this Hidden and Empty Cells button. Click on it. Check this Show Data in Hidden Rows and Columns option. Hit OK. Hit OK again. Now I can select these two columns, right-click on them, choose Hide. And we have a clean worksheet with the data and the chart. Feel free to use this chart creation method for any entities that you can assign pictograms to. Alright, I hope you liked this lecture. See you in the next video.